So hello, it's shortly after 6:30 and I'm heading for breakfast now. It has been raining yesterday quite a lot, and this is the foggiest and the baddest weather we had in the past 3.5 weeks. It's quite, it's not cold, but it's colder than it is usually. I'm going to have breakfast now. I'm going to take you with me what I'm going to have to eat the entire day, because that is one of the questions which was really most commonly asked. We are heading to the track this morning because we have quite a tough track workout. This is the current situation. So breakfast, some bananas, some omelette. The boys, they are going for peanut butter and jam. So it's 7:30, we packed our bags and now we walking like 500 meters to the main road to head to the track, to the Kipchoge Kano, not Elliot Kipchoge track, which is in Eldoret. It's around 40 minutes drive, but sometimes the matatus, they will take up to an hour. So we hope to start our session before 9 a.m. And as you can see, it's still very, very cloudy, but it looks like the weather is going to be much better pretty soon. It's pretty cold, and as you can see here on the road, there are many athletes already training, also coming from behind. So everybody is training very early here. Usually they do that to avoid the sun. It's not really hot, but the sun is really intense, and that just takes out the energy of you, and therefore they go early in the morning. And even now, if it's cloudy and not that good of a weather, they have this rhythm, and so they train really early, really at the beginning of the day when the sun is rising. Everybody's starting to run here, and we adapt to that as well, because we don't want to run in the full sunshine as well. So we go pretty early as well, but today we are not that stressed because it's nice and covered. So this is the matatu situation. We're sitting, let me count, 4 here, 3 there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15, that's actually quite okay. So, welcome to Kipchoge Kano track in Eldoret, 2,200 meters elevation, and actually it's not that bad of a track, but it's already quite old, and as you see, many people always, and you see the first lane. It's quite crazy how worn down it is. So the tartan actually is worn down, and at some places you can even see the concrete under it, and especially in the corners you see how deep it is worn down by all the people running here. So we're going for our warm-up now, and then we have 8x1k. Probably not going to film any footage of it because everybody has to train quite hard and seriously, so see you after the workout. So we just finished the session. Was kind of tough. For the legs it was quite okay, but I have some cramping in my stomach, and I don't know why, because I have been feeling very well on the nutrition point, which can cause a problem here in Kenya, but I didn't have any problems yet. And it's not my digestive system, but it's really just my stomach, so it was kind of weird. But nonetheless, was able to finish the workout quite strong with a 2:57k, which I'm quite happy about. And now we are going for a cool down, and then we head back and have some lunch and onto recovery, because this afternoon we have another easy run, but still some work to do, and yeah, see you probably at the center in the matatu to go back to Iten. As usually, very full, and even more full now. Usually there are like 15 to 20 people in the car for maximum 12, but that's how Kenya is working. So before going to eat something, I want to take the opportunity to show you a little bit where we stay and what exactly you can expect when coming here. So this is our little hut where we'll stay inside, and there are many more different huts where where everybody is sleeping. There's the main building. There is everything around eating, and just beside that there's another room where is a little bit of lifting, a space for lifting and also massage, and I'm going to show you the rooms, what they look like and what to expect here. So the water tanks are there. They are currently empty, so we can't take a shower right now, but they will be filled this afternoon. So yeah, here is the space where we keep our shoes. Unfortunately, those and those got wet last night, so I have to dry them now. There are two beds. This is from Julien and from Romain. This is my little room. I sleep here with a mosquito net. Yeah, it's very basic, but it's everything you need. And then we have another room here where there are more shoes and some supplements by Julien. And here's the shower. To turn the shower on, or let's say to make it hot, you have to put this on and then it will heat up. We have a toilet, and here's the room from the boys, and they are currently procrastinating and doing nothing and waiting until we eat. And yeah, that's our little hut. And then we have the chickens here, and they always come because we feed them a little bit, and I can show you how well we train them because they arrived with us, so they are quite new here, and we're trying to tame them a little bit. Chip. So they know us already quite well, and he's quite annoying during the night because he starts at 3 o'clock in the night to I don't know how you call it, but make this kikriki. So there's our place, and here we have some space to relax and some opportunities to just pass time. And as I said before, here's the gym. I'll show you what's in there. There's some free weights and some more gym equipment. Nothing crazy, but everything you need. And then here is a massage table where you can get a massage for approximately 1 hour for approximately like 80 euros, because many of you always ask also about the prices, but I will speak about that a little bit later. And then you have the main building here where we had breakfast already and where we're going to have lunch now. So everybody's always waiting here because here's some internet connection, and in the rooms there is none, and you have to take the shoes off. And then in here is the place where we eat and where we also chill out a little bit. There's a PlayStation where you can play some FIFA or stuff like that. There are some recovery boots which you can use, and yeah, some memories on the wall from past people being here. I take the time to answer some of the most common questions I got via Instagram, and one of the questions was, which commonly was seen, was about the costs. How much is it to come here to Kenya, to stay here and to live? So for us, the flights from Luxembourg were around 500 euros, which is okay for such a long travel. And then you have to pay an additional 100 euros to travel from Nairobi to Eldoret. And then we got picked up, and actually everything Runnings Athletic Center took care of. And here we have 3 meals a day with one even a snack at 4 o'clock. And yeah, so you don't have to pay anything more here once you're here. So the stay here costs 44 euros a day. That's all inclusive, but additional costs are if you want to go to the track, for example, like we did this morning, you have to pay the matatu, which is around €1 to €1.50. So it got a little bit more expensive here, because also here the gas got a little bit more expensive, so the prices got higher as well. And then yeah, if you want to do some activities, for example, the first day we did a safari, which is then quite expensive, or sometimes in the afternoon we are going to another hotel called Carrier View, where it's a very nice view, and you have some nice desserts to have, so something to spoil yourself, or you go to the shops to buy different things, some soda, some candy, some chocolate, or anything you need. But those costs are very minimal. And yeah, then other costs are maybe some souvenirs or something like that, but nothing major, honestly. I think you could live here easily with, let's say, 50 euros a day. That's quite easy to do, and I guess we are probably a little bit over it, because yeah, as I said, sometimes we spoil ourselves and go to have some desserts, and we maybe take a matatu to go down to the city. We eat somewhere in the city in Eldoret, but nothing extraordinary. Then obviously another question was how I deal with the food and everything. Before this morning I would have said picture perfect, but I'm not very, I almost never have digestive problems, so that's not an issue for me. Usually this morning I had little issues, but it was not really bad. So yeah, it's still something you have to take care of when here, because the meals are quite different to at home. The food is very it's not processed. Even if it's probably more healthy, it can cause some problems with people because they're just not used to it. And we had a few guys here in the center as well who had little problems, nothing major, but little problems. So that's something you might consider when packing, to get some things against diarrhea and stuff like that. But for me, I didn't have major problems, and the food in general is really good, really healthy. It's never really special, like you don't look forward to a special meal or something which you might do at home, but it's always exactly what you need. We have proteins, we have lots of carbs, we have lots of vegetables, everything's really fresh, which is really good. But you really feel that the difference from home, where there's way more sugar and everything in the dishes. So you feel that at the beginning you need to adjust to this a little bit. But yeah, also they eat ugali, and I was asked how ugali is for me, and honestly I don't mind it, but if you eat it without anything, just the plain ugali, it really doesn't taste much. It has a very faint taste, so if you have mixed it with a sauce, it's quite good, but other than that, it's really quite boring food. But it's carbs and no fat, so that's one of the secrets, I guess, from the canyons here. How do I cope with the altitude, and how much difference it is for me or for the others as well. I have quite a lot of difficulties with altitude, and the first, let's say, 7 to 10 days you really have difficulties. I still have difficulties, but I feel them less, maybe because my body got used to the paces, and that I have to take it slower, and now this is my new normal, let's say. But still on the track, if we run threshold, for example, I'm around 10 seconds slower than on sea level, and I need a little bit more recovery as well. So my recovery, for instance, if at home I would do 1 minute of recovery, here I tend to do 90 seconds to maybe even now the last week like 75 seconds. But all in all, I adapted quite well, but it's not my first time at altitude also, so that's an advantage as well. I knew how I would feel, and I was prepared for it also mentally, which is quite a big issue if you don't feel ready to do it, and you don't cope with like people have a tendency to always watch their pace on the watch. How fast am I going? And oh, I'm so much faster than at home. And that's something which can fuck you up mentally but also physically, and if you can let loose from that side, I feel like it's not a big issue to run slower here. So yeah, I think I adapted quite well, but still the paces are way slower than at home. I go after heart rate, but also a lot about when we do threshold, we do acid lactic testing, but on the runs I do watch out for my heart rate, that it doesn't go up too high. But as I know my body quite well, I also know quite good how I'm supposed to feel during a recovery run or a regular run or a tempo session or something like that. So there's not much problems for me there. And yeah, how I like Kenya and how I like Africa in general, I'm totally in love with the continent. Not only Kenya, but I have been in a few different African countries, and I really like the mentality of the people. They are really easygoing. They are never shouting or fighting. It's just always quite relaxed. At some places it can be really crowdy. For example, in Eldoret, when you want to take the Matatu back up to Iten here, it can be really crowdy, but usually the people are very, very friendly, very welcoming, and there's no stress. And it's very different to Europe, where there's always stress, always about appointments and be on time. And yeah, here you just can let go. It's quite nice, and I really enjoy that, to have a mental break from this stress in Europe as well. But yeah, other than that, here is not much to do. So we eat, sleep, train, repeat. Basically what you see here in the video. During the day we relax a lot, so we try to recover as good as possible, and there's not much you can do otherwise. Sometimes when we have an easier day, we try to go to Iten, to the city, but also there's not much to see, and then we kind of relax somewhere and maybe grab some drinks or something, just to relax and have a good time and enjoy the moment being here. If there are more questions that will pop up during the day, I will answer them as well. But I think those are the most common questions I got, and also which I felt like are the most important ones. So yeah, now I'm going probably for a little sleep. It's 1:30 in the afternoon now, so I'm going to probably sleep for an hour or so and then relax a little bit before we head out for an easy shakeout run this afternoon, where I try to film also a little bit from the countryside here. And then we easily get ready for dinner, and then it's already time to sleep. So yeah, the days are quite boring here. So didn't nap, I couldn't. But still quite tired from this morning. And now we're preparing for the second run of the day, which is really easy, 6 to 8 Ks with the entire group. And we usually start like really slow at around 5 minutes per K. And then if I'm feeling good, I try to increase it a little bit down to 4:20 or something, which is for up here already a little bit fast. But yeah, the goal is to actively recover from this morning. There's Nixon. He is a local guy, and he's showing us always around with some nice trails so that we get to know the trails here as well and get to see not only the same ways always. So that's also really nice to have him here. He's a really nice guy, very funny, as most of the Kenyans are. And yeah, so we are going now for the easy jog, and I'm taking you along with me. Quite tired, but still 8K 4:55. Not too fast and not too slow. This was it from a training point of view. All in all, it was a 23k day, so quite good day. And now we recover a little bit, as eating will be in an hour's time. Have some snacks to recover faster even. And yeah, I will take you along for dinner, and hopefully this time I will not forget to film it. Yeah, then after that I think we're going to watch a movie, which we downloaded this afternoon. And then we are heading to bed already. Dinner ready. So it's 10 o'clock, so really late for Kenya. And yeah, we watched a movie and there was a problem with the shower all day. So we took a shower now, as it's working, kind of working now. And I'm heading to bed now and sleep. Tomorrow is a quite easy day, so we will sleep a little bit longer and take recovery a little bit longer and get some proper hours of sleep in. And yeah, I hope you liked it, and if there are any more questions which I didn't answer, feel free to comment them below the video, and I will give my best to answer them there. So yeah, good night and see you in the next one.